The Beach FM Business Lunch Show, brought to you by PlaceMakers Kapiti and Horowhenua. Together we're building New Zealand.
Welcome back to the Business Lunch Show on Beach FM 106.3. Well, it is that time of year again to think about things that people don't tend to think about. So let's get all the information and let's welcome into the show from Kapiti Chimney Sweep. It's Ian McDonald. G'day, Ian.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. How are you going at this time?
Yeah, we're busy, flat out, but enjoying it. It's good.
Well, I would hope at this time of the year you were, mate. Firstly, what we like to do, first and foremost, before we get into the nitty-gritty about the business and what people should be mindful of and how you guys are going, how did you guys start out? How long have you been on the Kapiti Coast, and a bit about the story about you guys?
Veronica and myself started up the business about 3.5 years ago now. We basically just decided we wanted to be able to pick our kids up at 3:00 and at the end of school, and if we went into town and worked other jobs, we wouldn't be able to do that. So based on family life, decided we'd start the chimney sweeping business and haven't looked back, really.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Did you have any background in that before, Ian?
Not really. Always been in sales and sales-related stuff. Veronica's actually a barista as well, so she's good with people, enjoys the chat and having a bit of banter. So, the chimney sweeping side of things, we just did a bit of training, and I went on a course as well. And mostly we just learn on the job as we've gone along.
As I said before, it's that time of the year that we need to start thinking about this. But let's be honest, in all reality, just like heat pumps, people aren't looking after the thing that keeps them warm every year, are they?
No, well, this is the crunch, really. I think it's a lot about people not understanding the benefits of servicing your fire and maintaining it. So for performance, obviously, your fire needs to be serviced the same as your vehicle does, so it runs properly. And by not servicing it, it uses more fuel, same as your vehicle. So you're using more wood to create the same amount of heat. So it's a false economy. And obviously on top of that, it's an insurance requirement. So people really should be getting it done every year.
Absolutely, mate. And I think now more than ever, we've got the opportunity to just take note and sort those things that we need to get sorted. You know, we're not saving up for the OEs anymore, or the big trips away. And now's the time to look after your house. So in regards to that fuel, that fire, like what kind of things would be in someone's chimney that would, you know, stop them from getting the full benefit of their log burner going?
It can be partially blocked flues, which obviously are the pipes that go through from the top of the fire to the through the roof and out the top. But equally, it can be just the cowling as well, which is the little hat on the top. Right. That can be misplaced or broken brackets. It can be anything from those sorts of things to damaged plate in the top, which is called a baffle. And the baffle, basically, if that isn't doing its job properly, can allow the flames to go up the flue, which obviously is a risk for a flue fire.
Wow.
So also you've got things like your bricks in the sides and back of the fire. By not maintaining those, it doesn't help push the heat out into your room, as well as obviously reduce the life of your fire. So, so you end up replacing it sooner.
So it's literally one of those things, work smarter, not harder, because you're definitely making your fireplace work harder if it's not maintained.
Exactly. Yeah, perfect way of putting it.
Me personally, I will take a fireplace over a heat pump any day of the week. But we have seen people going to the heat pumps. Do you see that as I don't want to say lazy, but kind of it's the convenience of just coming home and pressing a button?
I think there is some of that people are turning to that with busier lives, but there's nothing quite like the heat of a fire. That coziness and ambience of a fire, it's hard to beat.
Absolutely, mate. Hey, I know you don't, you're not the one installing, but you do a range of things to maintain the fireplaces for your customers. What is those range of things?
So we are pretty well a one-stop shop for everything bar replacement. of the fire. So we will do flue replacements. We check the flues to see if the seams are splitting open, which obviously can allow the carbon monoxide to escape into the room.
Wow.
We do the baffle replacements. We do the promate, which is the brick part, to replace that. We do the bricks through the fire, glass, the retainer, which is what holds the glass into the door, and the rope. So I mean, even the cowlings and things like that. We also problem solve for people with issues with it not drawing properly, and just give good advice, really.
Awesome. Ian, it's one of those things that it might be at first, I guess, like the dentist, it's the money in your head before you even get there to, get things maintained. But you got to maintain them, or else you're just literally burning wood for not a lot of return.
Yeah, absolutely. And that little bit of maintenance, it's not just the wood burning that's the expense. It's also replacing the fire because the maintenance hasn't been done. Yeah. So by doing the maintenance, you can increase the life of the fire considerably. So it's sort of a no-brainer. It's like servicing your car. Without servicing the engine and changing oil and filter, then eventually it just blows up. And it's pretty well the same thing,
In the last 3 years, mate, since you have had the business with Veronica, have you seen some horrendous chimneys? You've turned up and gone, how is your house blowing up yet?
Oh, totally. I mean, one of the things that we check for is splits and cracks in the actual firebox itself. Some of the fires that we've actually seen, there's been ash falling out through the holes, which is hot ash from the fires running onto the hearth. So things like that, and also split flues where you can put your finger right through, and it's just allowing those emissions into the room, which is really dangerous.
Absolutely.
So yeah, lots of things like that. Also, we've serviced fires where the fire service have actually been called out to a chimney fire, and it's just through lack of maintenance and build up in the flue. So it's avoidable.
It is avoidable. Wow. So people need to get in touch, mate. But first, last thing I'll ask is, you say you're busy, but coming out of COVID, were people, were they thinking differently? They needed to get you in to sort it out? Or is it just the time of year? Do you find yourself busier now than last year?
I think with our reputation, we've certainly picked up. This year's been a good year for us. But yeah, I think we do a lot of commercial contract work as well. So we service all of the like Harvey's and Quinovic and places like that. We do all of their rental properties and lots of other companies as well. So yeah, so I think this year for us, it's got to the stage where for what we're trying to achieve, we're trying to give the best service. So what we've done with that is make sure that we are available within a reasonable period of time from when people call us. So our aim is to try and service the fire within a couple of weeks at the worst from when initial contact is made. Excellent. And most of the time the same week.
Brilliant. That's good service. Lastly, mate, I know it is what it is. It's a chimney. It's fire. It's your business is right in front of you. But did you have to have you had to pivot? Have you had to adapt your business in any way over the last couple of months?
Well, yeah, definitely. So one of the months that we were obviously in lockdown was one of the busiest months for our year. So all of those clients got pushed out another month. So then we had to put the old Superman suits on and try and do 1.5 weeks every week for the first month, which we've managed. So yeah, we've kept the clients happy and sort of pushed ourselves and really sort of achieved quite good goals with that. So yeah, it's been hard.
But you're on the way back now, and the outlook's looking good for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we intend to expand hopefully in the next 12 months. I'm aiming to put a second van on the road. So yeah, fingers crossed we can maintain that level of service and be there for the Kapiti people, up through to Levin and as far as Johnsonville.
Fantastic, Ian. All the best for that next wave. Hopefully, yeah, another van on the road. Good for business for sure. Thank you so much for talking with me today. Last thing I like to always ask is, where can we find you? How can we get in touch?
You can get in touch by giving us a call for bookings. Is an 027 number, so it's 027 282 3370. And we've obviously got an email address as well and a website and everything as well. But if anyone needs an appointment, if they give Jackie a call, she's a right cracker, Irish lady, and she's brilliant. So yeah, feel free to give us a call and we'll give you a time when we can come and see you.
Brilliant. Hey, Ian, thank you so much for your time today to share the story about you guys and how everything's going. Go well, mate. All the best with that second van coming along, and we'll catch up soon.
Thanks very much for the opportunity, and Kapiti people, keep warm, keep safe.